Good morning, crew. Welcome back to work today. Today we're gonna start a new project. We're starting and finishing a new project. We're gonna be pouring a little bit of concrete, exposed aggregate. It's really just a patch job for a pool that there was a leak. So where the leak was fixed, there's probably like a 10 by 2 section that needs to be replaced. But again, it's exposed aggregate. So honestly, right now I'm waiting for the UPS FedEx driver to arrive because I had to get some product to expose the aggregate offline because locally I don't have anything. I was told to use Coca-Cola, but I decided I wasn't going to do it in this situation. So I did order some concentrate to be able to put on the concrete, so it'll obviously delay the curing process. So I'm waiting for that to come in. It should be here honestly within the next hour or two, but I got some things to do before I head to the job, so I'm gonna go ahead and get those things taken care of, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, crew, so one check-in before we do head to the job. I just picked up this Ryobi hammer drill. I know I'm gonna get a lot of probably hate for my Ryobi brand, but my wife just bought me a Ryobi tool set for Father's Day, so I'm gonna run with it until it dies, regardless of how long that is, if it's tomorrow or if it's in 2 years. So got the Ryobi hammer drill. I needed it so I can put dowels into the existing concrete. So yeah, that's my newest pickup. A little cheapy. It's a little cheap, $80 one, and it's corded. I was gonna go with wireless, but I figured something like this. Sometimes it's better to have cords than battery in certain tools, and this is one of those tools that I decided to go corded. And it was a lot cheaper than the battery one, which I have the batteries and everything already. I just needed the tool, but regardless, I went with the battery operated hammer drill. That way I never have to worry about losing power. So let's go ahead and get it. All right, so this is what we're gonna patch today. Like I said, this pool had a plumbing issue. They got the issue fixed, and now we're just here to patch this little area and match it with this exposed aggregate as best we can. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the trailer back here, get this ground cleaned up, that grass out of there, throw some rock, get it all leveled out, throw some rebar, and then we're gonna start mixing some concrete. It does look like I didn't really notice that the slab has dropped this low, so I might have to get some sort of foam and try to lift this slab the ever so slightest, or I'm gonna just have to match how it's falling over time. I didn't really even realize that when I came over here and looked at it the first time, so I mean that's definitely my fault, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. But I need to get all this concrete out the way first, get it all cleaned up, and then we'll start seeing really what we're gonna get into. All right, so I got it all cleaned out, and I see a few issues as to why really there's a lot of areas in this concrete that are cracked and failing, but there's no base. It was poured on top of like a fill dirt. If I look underneath, you can see it. But so I mean, there's cracks all throughout this concrete. You know, I'm not necessarily here to fix those or judge the concrete. You know, I'm here to fix this small patch job right here, but my job can only be as good as the existing concrete. So like that's kind of why I'm making this video right here, because I mean I'm obviously gonna fill this and patch it in, but it's all uneven. I'm gonna put gravel base where I'm at. I'm gonna put some dowels into the existing concrete, but as far as like expansion foam or anything like that, like they have this wood, but like there's nothing against the pool or anything, so I'm not gonna add any. I'm gonna kind of just patch it back how it is, and we're gonna go with that. But like I said, I am gonna add some rock to the bottom of that, just because I mean I feel like I need to do that, even though the rest of this entire pad does not have a rock base under it. I might as well put my part rock base, that way I know it's gonna last. So I just got my trailer backed up as close as I could possibly get to this patch job, so I don't have to carry these 80-pound concrete bags from over there to over here, because after 20 trips, you know, if you've ever done it before, I don't care how macho you are, pretty whipped. So I am gonna go real quick. I'm gonna go buy some spray foam. Again, this is really low. gonna try to lift this pad up. Just, I mean, any safe lift that looks good, any amount that I can get it higher, is definitely gonna help, because right where it's sitting, it's like 2 inches, 3 inches low. And if I was to pour this pad, then it would just look terrible. So I want it to look good. That's the goal. So I'm gonna go ahead and go get some foam. And while I'm gone, I'm gonna I need to get a sprayer anyway, for when I do spray the aggregate solution on. And I want to go ahead and have everything, that way when I get started I don't have to stop. So I got my trailer unhooked. I'm gonna go ahead and run to Home Depot real quick, and I'll be right back. All right, we just got back from the store, picked up this big gap filler. We're gonna try to raise up this pad best we can, see what we can do. Alright, so this project most definitely is not going as planned. My foam trick did not work. I failed miserably. So now I just went and got a sledgehammer, and we're gonna break this little piece of concrete up, and we're just gonna pour a whole new section of concrete, which I did not bid for and I did not plan on doing. So yeah, this is going to be one of those jobs, one of those projects. And if you know, you know. If you've been around the block a few times, you know this stuff just kind of happens. I put it on me though, as the one who gave the bid. All those chunks of rock were obviously sitting on top of that slab right there, where I couldn't see how sunken down it was. So I'm just gonna take the loss on this one. I'm gonna hopefully break it up and get it out of there, and like I said, just pour a whole nother section. So let's get back over there. We're gonna throw a time lapse on while I get to work with that sledgehammer and see what we can do to get that concrete out of there. All right, so again, I want to specify that nowhere on this pad is there a base gravel. It's just literally filled dirt. And I guess rain's getting underneath this pad, obviously, and washing out, because there's deviations in certain areas in the pad that are higher and lower. And who knows, there might be critters crawling throughout underneath the concrete as well. But I got that part ripped out. I'm gonna go ahead and get it graded now. I got some rock I'm gonna go ahead and throw in right here, get it packed down, throw this form up, throw some rebar in here, and then see where we're at. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that taken care of, and we'll check back in with you guys here soon. All right, so I got gravel in here, I got it compacted, I got this form set on the side. I'm about to go ahead and get this rebar doweled into the existing concrete, and then be ready to pour. So I just wanted to update where we're at. We're somewhere between 7 inches thick right here through this trench. And then on the low end, we're like 4 inches over there. So it does taper down a little bit, but it has a natural taper existing already. That way water obviously runs away into the yard. So pretty much prepped up. Like I said, all I need to do is get these dowels thrown in, and then we're ready to start mixing. So this will be one more update before we start mixing. I just want to show you guys, we did get gravel base in here and got it all compacted down. Reason I haven't cleaned up this mess yet is because I still have concrete on my trailer. So after I get all this mixed up, while it's setting up, I'll go ahead and get all this mess cleaned up. But yeah, so we're making progress, slow and steady. I don't know if I'm gonna pour today, honestly. I'm kind of debating. I kind of just thought about setting up today and coming back in the morning and pouring, but then part of me just wants to go ahead and get it out the way. So I'm gonna get these dowels in and see how I feel at that point, but we'll see how it goes. All right, last check-in for the day. I got the dowels in. around the edges and got the rebar put in. This one single one going straight through here, all the way over here with another small one splitting through it. And that one's existing, that from this concrete. When I took this slab out, the rebar stayed, so I'm pretty happy with that, because like I said, it's already existing into this concrete, and I'm sure it goes in pretty good. So like I said, I think I got plenty of rebar in here. Got the form set up. I'm gonna stop for today, call it a day, because it's just too late in the day to start pouring. So I'm gonna come back in the morning, start bright and early, and then when I get here I can just literally start throwing bags in the mixer and getting that concrete in there. Like I said, I gotta do exposed aggregate, and it's already 3 o'clock. So if I pour it and then still try to put that aggregate down, I mean, it would be good for tomorrow morning, but I'd rather do it all in the same day. So I'm gonna come tomorrow, pour it, put that aggregate solution on there, and then come back in the afternoon tomorrow and spray it off. So I'll see you guys tomorrow when we start pouring. All right, so we've officially hit worst case scenario. It's the middle of summer in Texas, July 3rd. Tomorrow's Independence Day, and you can see that it's raining. It's literally gonna rain for an hour. An hour of rain is gonna ruin my job, because of course I didn't cover the concrete, because of course there was no rain in the radar, and of course I live in Texas, and of course it's raining. So I'm gonna go assess the damage. It's 6:40 in the morning right now. Getting over there, I got a tarp. I'm gonna try to cover what I can. Hopefully I can save it, but again, it's not supposed to rain all day. Literally the next hour is supposed to pass, but it's gonna come down pretty hard. So I'm trying to get over there right now and see what we can save. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, crew, so as you can see, these bags are soaking wet. They're not hard yet, but I know when I pick them up, the bags are gonna crumble and fall apart. So when I'm here, I'm gonna go ahead and get started mixing. Before these bags do become hard as a rock, they're not hard yet. I know they're gonna be hard to pick up, like I just said, but like I said, I'm just gonna get started and try to get them mixed up before they do set up, because I mean, the longer I let them sit here, obviously they're gonna start getting hard. So let's get to work. I'm gonna go ahead and put a time lapse on. I don't know how much I'm gonna talk, because obviously I wasn't expecting the rain. There was literally no chances of rain, and then all of a sudden it rained for an hour this morning. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to work. I'm gonna put a time lapse on and see what we can do. All right, so I obviously didn't do much recording on that pour. I'm not gonna lie, it was hell. There was nothing smooth about that. But what's important is I got it down. So I did pour it obviously wet. When I hand mix things, I pour it a lot wetter because it dries at different times, obviously, because it's not just a consistent pour. It took me probably 2 hours-ish to start to finish to get 20 bags mixed and poured by myself. So that kind of gives you an idea of why I poured a little bit more wet. And obviously it's really wet. But like I said, it's down now. So I'm gonna get a lot of this wash off cleaned up. I'm gonna do exposed aggregate, so I'm just gonna do a small little rinse off. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm not gonna make it too wet because obviously I don't want to make the concrete any wetter. When I come and spray off that top layer of sediment, then I'll get the rest all cleaned up perfect. Obviously I did get some rocks in the pool right here. There's not much right there for how close this job was to the edge. I'm pretty happy with how clean I kept it. Obviously I probably could have done a lot more to make sure that I didn't dirty it at all, but at the same time, like I said, it is what it is. I'm here. I didn't make a mess. It's not cloudy by any means. I didn't get concrete. It's literally just rocks that fell in. So this is where we're at. I need to let it set up a little bit before I leave. I'm gonna get all these stones picked up, thrown on the trailer, but I'm gonna do a little bit of cleanup right now, and low-key I'm gonna take a little break because my entire body's cramping right now from the past 2 hours of mixing 80-pound bags of concrete. So here we go. Concrete and protein. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a finish trial before I put this retarder on. This is what I'm using. It's called Metropolitan Materials Agrosol S. I've never used it before. It says sprayable formula, and we're gonna see how sprayable it is. Don't judge me for using this. And we are going to cut a few joints in this thing. Definitely still wet, but I'll give it another pass. No problem. This is definitely too wet still. Definitely still wet. Honestly, the real reason I'm doing this is because I obviously don't have a bull float with me on a job this small. real going through it today. It rained this morning, got my concrete bags wet where I couldn't even pick them up. Now it's drizzling. Luckily it's not raining hard. But man, like come on, where's the sun at? I need the sun. I need this to set up a little bit more. That way I can throw the solution on there and get out of here. But I got it covered. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these rocks, load up my cement mixer. Hopefully this little drizzle pass by pretty quick. I mean, it's enough to mess my concrete up for sure though. So like I said, hopefully it passes soon. This is definitely the most I've ever gone through in a day of pouring concrete, and it's all because I had a hand pour it, because it was so small of a job to order a truck. Really would have just been a big waste of money, but honestly the hassle would have been worth it, because man, this is starting to kick my butt. So like I said, one of the more difficult pours I've ever done. I'm gonna show you all the way to the finish, but I'm gonna go ahead and get all these rocks picked up. All right, so the rain's pretty much stopped for the most part. I'm gonna go ahead, well, it has stopped, as you can tell. There's nothing in the pool. I'm gonna get these tarps put off, see what we got under here. I'm gonna leave it right there just in case it starts to rain again. I'm gonna go ahead and go wet, very wet, very wet, but it's not raining anymore, so I'm gonna get all the rain splashes off of it, even though it is wet still. And then like I said, I'm gonna wait a little bit longer. I haven't started picking up these rocks yet, so I am gonna get those picked up. After I pick those rocks up, then I'll probably be ready to do a finish trowel on it. Like I said, it's a little bit breezy out here, so the wind's helping. We don't have much sun, obviously, as you can tell, but the rain's gone, so that's what's important, and I'll take that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these stones picked up, and I'll check back in with you guys after I do that. The aggregate solution just thrown on top, so now we just wait. I mean, I know most of you watching this, if you're concrete guys, you know what that does. It just delays the curing process on the top layer. That way you can come back and spray it off, and then you get the exposed rock look like that. Good for traction. A lot of people just like the look of it, but I'm gonna let this sit up. I'm gonna go get some lunch. When I come back, I'm gonna pick the rest of those rocks up. I know every time I check in I say I'm picking those up, but I got some on the trailer, but we'll get the rest on there. So we'll let that sit up a little bit, go get some lunch, come back and see what she's doing. I was leaving to go get some lunch, and then there's a dark rain cloud and the rain started coming down, so I am turning around to go put the tarps back on. Hopefully I can get there quick enough. I literally just left. I literally can't catch a break today. Oh my gosh. All right, I got it covered back up. This time I think the rain's gonna come for real. There's a really dark cloud coming over us soon. So I got rocks on it. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna go get some lunch. Should be fine. Like I said, I already got that solution on there, so it was already kind of on the downhill slope. I do need this rain to go away so it can set up, because it's not gonna help it. So yeah, that's the update. I'm gonna go get some lunch, and it's covered now. I'm ready for this. Usually I like rain. I'm in the lawn care business, but when I'm pouring concrete, I don't want the rain. Usually I'm okay with the rain, but when I just poured concrete, I'm not okay with the rain. So if somebody could undo y'all's rain dance y'all did and save it for tomorrow, I would appreciate that. It's definitely coming down. The worst day to pour concrete, that's for sure. Y'all are seeing me today at my lowest. Y'all go ahead and give this video a like. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. and leave a nice comment, even though there was so many things you're probably judging me on this video. So you can kind of guess how this is gonna go. I have a tarp on that job, but I'm pretty much expecting to have to rip it out and do it again. And I'm not happy about it at all. It's supposed to rain like this for the next hour, and then tomorrow it's supposed to pour. So we're gonna definitely go back in a little bit and check it out. I'm going home to change because I'm soaking wet, but this kind of gives you an idea of how things are going. It was raining earlier, but now it is pouring. All right, so we're back after it was pouring. I just got the trailer hooked up to the truck, all the debris loaded up, and now it's the moment of truth. We're gonna uncover this tarp. It's still raining a little bit. Looks like it's dying down. So here's the radar right here in Waco. So this where we just got past, and maybe like some scattered showers. I don't know if you can see. So I don't know if it's gonna rain hard again, but I need to go ahead and try to get this aggregate exposed. So that's what we're about to do. So let's take these tarps off. Alrighty, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Oh, that's nice. All right. Of course, this water hose ain't long enough, but think it turned out the best it could have in this situation. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with it. Right, so not even the rain could stop me from being great. Patch job complete. Like I said, all of the hiccups in the road, I'm ecstatic with how it turned out. And this was my first time ever doing exposed aggregate, so which I wasn't really concerned with that. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'm happy that with the rain, it's still, like I said, it's still set up. Got some joints cut in it, hopefully help with cracking, but it matches pretty good. Everything else, all that black stuff you see on the old aggregate is just like dirt, and I mean, probably needs to be power washed, but that's why the color difference. But I mean, it looks exactly the same other than that. So that's the video, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm gonna come back and seal it when it's not raining, probably tomorrow. But yeah, that's the video. Exposed aggregate patch job in the rain. So if you guys stuck out here with me, all the craziness that I experienced today, I appreciate you guys. And again, I'll see you guys in the next one. Any questions, go ahead and comment below. I know a lot of people want to know prices and stuff. I'll just be honest with you guys, this one was for a family member of mine, but if I was to do this for a customer, it would probably be between $1,200 to $1,800. Also because I hauled away the concrete that was broken out of there. And it's a short load job. Short load jobs, you can always upcharge on those, because most people don't come in and do short load jobs because I had to hand mix it. Concrete truck is a 2-yard minimum. That was 20 bags of concrete. So just to get the concrete in here would have bit into the budget pretty good. But again, if you're charging, you know, $1,500, $1,800, if you get a concrete truck in here for 2 yards, it took me all day long to do the job. If you wanted to just go ahead and bust it out, get the truck in here, you could have it done a lot quicker and make you know, $1,000 to $1,200 pretty easy. So like I said, any more questions, I know you guys like to ask them, comment below, and I'll be sure to answer all of them. Go ahead and like this video though. I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.